can we please start with a roll call?
Council President Corman.
Here.
Councilmember Perez.
Here.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Here.
Councilmember Benedetti.
Here.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Here.
Councilmember McIrvin. Okay, roll call, Mr. Mayor. One absent.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council President Corman.
I move we excuse the absent council member.
Second.
Were we expecting him to be here with us?
I believe so.
We are expecting him. I have not heard otherwise.
Well, we have a motion on the floor. It's been moved and seconded that we excuse the absent council member. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, well, he's excused until he gets here.
Right, perfect.
Okay. And there you go. We took up just enough time for him to show up.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, now Councilmember McIrvin is with us now. Okay, first up on the agenda is a public hearing. Extend interim zoning controls in the urban center UC zone. And this will be presented by Paul Huntz. Paul.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, and thank you. Good evening, council members. For the record, I'm Paul Hintz. For those of you joining by phone call, by phone, I can be reached at 425-430-7436 or by email at phintz@rentedwa.gov. Before you tonight is an extension of an emergency ordinance for the urban center or UC zone interim zoning controls. Emergency Ordinance 6012 was adopted on January 25th of this year. It established interim zoning controls for the UC zone, specifically that development of multifamily housing requires commercial space be integrated into the ground floor with an area equivalent to 33% of the site's land area, that the development be subject to our residential mixed use standards of RMC 4-4-150, and that building setbacks be equivalent to the commercial arterial zone. State law allows interim zoning controls to be extended after a public hearing is held and a program is developed, a work program. Staff have initiated that work program and are requesting interim zoning controls be extended until October 31st of this year. For way of background, the urban center zone is intended for the creation of dense employment, destination, retail, recreation, and public gathering spaces with the potential for large-scale redevelopment opportunities that will create a mixed-use retail, employment, and residential center. And the purpose is to establish an area of pedestrian-scaled urban mixed-use development that supports the residential employment goals of Renton's Regional Growth Center. However, a development agreement between the city and the Boeing Company governing many of the land use and development standards in the UC zone sunset on December 31st of last year. And without that development agreement in place, there are insufficient zoning controls for new development in the UC zone as compared to the commercial zones of the city, thereby limiting the city's ability to further policy and purpose of the UC zone. And so staff recommends extending Ordinance 6012 to October 31st, and we tentatively have planned a briefing with the Planning Commission for this August. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Any questions? See hands. See any hands up? Okay, what's the wish of the council?
Mr. Mayor? Mr. Mayor?
Oh, yes, Councilmember Prince.
I move we close the public hearing.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Prince, seconded by Councilmember Perez, that the public hearing be closed. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries. All right, next up is administrative reports.
Good evening, everyone. Update from the Parks and Trails Division. Construction begins in August to retrofit the May Creek Trestle to provide a 12-foot wide paved trail bridge for the East Trail. Detour around the site is out to Lake Washington Boulevard North and back onto the trail. For your safety, please follow directions on all posted signage. Email eastrail@kingcounty.gov with any questions. The Renton Farmers Market continues at Gateway Park each Tuesday from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m. Purchase fresh produce, prepared foods, flowers, and more. Enjoy crafting in the children's area and live music provided by Renton's Municipal Arts Commission. Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program and matching dollars are also available. See the Renton Farmers Market webpage for more information. Update the Parks Planning and Natural Resources Division. The basketball court at Thomas T. Stale Park is reopened after being demolished and replaced, and with a new mow curb. The new court complements the colors of the adjacent playground that was renovated in 2019. For updated parks and trails information, visit rentonlaw.gov/parks or contact Community Services at 425-430-6600. Are you looking for a fun and educational activity for your 5 to 12-year-olds this summer? Renton Police Department has partnered with the Renton Regional Fire Authority to present a 5-week virtual youth public safety academy. Weekly from Wednesday, July 21st to August 11th, the departments will post a video with a link to an activity that your child can complete at their own pace. You can participate in all activities or just the ones that are of interest. On Wednesday, August 18th, the last activity will be a virtual Q&A with a police officer and firefighter. It's an excellent opportunity to ask questions and learn about police and fire careers. Please go to the Renton Police Department Facebook page for more information. Information about preventative street maintenance, traffic impact projects, and road closures happening this week can be found at rentonlaw.gov/traffic. All projects are weather permitting, and unless otherwise noted, streets will always remain open. That is your administrative report.
Thank you. Okay, next we'll open the remote audience comment period. It remains the strong intent of the city to have public comment regularly included on our agendas. Each speaker will be given 5 minutes to speak. You'll be called upon by a city staff member. The staff member will call the speaker's name and unmute the appropriate microphone, which will send an automatic prompt to the speaker of, "You've been unmuted." This is the speaker's cue that it's their turn to speak. Please begin your comments by stating your name, city of residence, and the topic you're addressing. Speakers should be able to see a timer on the screen. Please finish up your comments when you see the time is close to expiring. Do we have anyone signed up for audience comment?
Mr. Mayor, we have one person signed up in advance. That person is Renton Hinderer. However, I don't see that name listed on our attendee list. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address council? If so, please use your computer to raise your hand. And I see no hands raised, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Next up is the consent agenda. There are 6 items on the consent agenda for council consideration.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council President Corman.
at this time, I'd like to ask if any council member would like any item removed for individual consideration. Seeing none, I move approval of the consent agenda as published.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Corman, seconded by Councilmember McGurven, that the council approve the consent agenda as published. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries. Unfinished business. Council President Corman.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Perez.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Van.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Benedetti.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Councilmember O'Halloran.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Finance Committee has 5 committee reports.
All right.
Okay, Finance Committee report. The first is regarding approval of claims and payroll vouchers. The Finance Committee approves the following payments. Accounts payable, total payment of $7,085,280.57 for a number of vouchers, including payroll benefit withholding vouchers and 2 wire transfers. 2, payroll, total payment of $1,567,161.29 for a number of payroll vouchers, including 626 direct deposits and 21 checks. This is for the June 16th through June 30th pay period. 3 is Kidder Matthews vouchers, totaling $123,236.68, and municipal court vouchers totaling $15,638.03.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move that the council concur with the Finance Committee's committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember Prince, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries.
Okay, the next report is regarding a grant from the FAA for the airport. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute the local agency agreement with the Federal Aviation Administration under the Airport Improvement Program for an airport layout plan and narrative update.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember O'Halloran.
we always appreciate non-matching grants. So I've moved that the council concur with the Finance Committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember Prince, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Okay, the next report is regarding a utility billing leak adjustment for the Valley Medical Center. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the adjustment to account 004990-000 in the amount of $4,679.28 for the applicable Renton Water and Sewer and King County Sewer portions of the bill in accordance with City Code 8446 and 8523.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move that the council concur with the Finance Committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember Prince, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Okay, the next report is regarding an update to City Policy 800-12. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to adopt the resolution and approve the updates to City Policy 800-12.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move that the council concur with the Finance Committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember Prince, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries.
Okay, the final Finance Committee report is regarding the citywide department reorganization. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the citywide department reorganization effective August 1st, 2021. Additionally, the committee recommends authorizing hiring candidates for the newly created position with an option to offer up to Step E without further council action. The committee further recommends that the ordinance regarding this matter be presented for first and second reading and adoption.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move the council concur with this Finance Committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember Prince, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries. Thank you.
That's it for tonight.
Okay, Councilmember McGurven.
Finance is always a tough act to follow. I have no unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Prince.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Next up is legislation. We have 2 resolutions, 2 ordinance for first reading, and 1 ordinance for second and final.
Okay. The first resolution is regarding an update to the Renton fee schedule. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, amending the 2021-2022 City of Renton fee schedule.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move the resolution be adopted as read.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, seconded by Councilmember Prince, that the resolution be adopted as read. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, the next resolution is regarding the update to the policy we just discussed. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, amending Council Policy 800-12.
And Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move the resolution be adopted as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, seconded by Councilmember Prince, that the resolution be adopted as read. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries.
Okay, the next is an ordinance that's up for first reading and second and final reading at tonight's meeting. So this is regarding the public hearing we had earlier. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, extending the interim zoning controls for the Urban Center UC zone established by ordinance number 6012, providing for severability, declaring an emergency, and establishing an immediate effective date.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council President Corman.
I move this ordinance be placed on second and final reading at tonight's council meeting.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Corman, seconded by Councilmember McGurven, that this ordinance be placed on second and final reading at tonight's meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries.
I'll read it again. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, extending the interim zoning controls for the Urban Center UC zone established by ordinance number 6012, providing for severability, declaring an emergency, and establishing an immediate effective date.
Mr. Mayor,
Council President Corman.
I move adoption of the ordinance as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Council President Corman, seconded by Councilmember McGurven, that the council adopt the ordinance as read. All in favor? Wait, it requires a roll call.
Okay, Council President Corman.
Aye.
Councilmember Perez.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Aye.
Councilmember Benedetti.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Aye.
Councilmember McGurven.
Aye.
And Councilmember Prince.
Aye.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor. All ayes.
Okay, motion carries.
Okay, the next ordinance is also for first reading and second and final reading at tonight's meeting. It's regarding the citywide department reorganization. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, amending Title III of the Renton Municipal Code, renaming and reorganizing city departments and positions, updating references to renamed departments, amending the 2021 salary schedule adopted by ordinance number 5991 and subsequently amended by ordinance number 6017, providing for severability and establishing an effective date.
Mr. Mayor,
Council President Corman.
I move this ordinance be placed on second and final reading tonight.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Corman, seconded by Councilmember McGurven, that this ordinance be placed on second and final reading at tonight's meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Okay, I'll read it again. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, amending Title III of the Renton Municipal Code, renaming and reorganizing city departments and positions, updating references to renamed departments, amending the 2021 salary schedule adopted by ordinance number 5991 and subsequently amended by ordinance number 6017, providing for severability and establishing an effective date.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council President Corman.
I move adoption of the ordinance as read.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Corman, seconded by Councilmember McGurven, that the ordinance be adopted as read. Requires a roll call.
Council President Corman.
Aye.
Councilmember Perez.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Aye.
Councilmember Benedetti.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Aye.
Councilmember McGurven.
Aye.
And Councilmember Prince.
Aye.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor. All ayes.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you all.
I have one more ordinance. This one is for second and final reading only tonight. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, amending the City of Renton fiscal years 2021-2022 biennial budget as adopted by ordinance number 5991 and amended by ordinance number 6017 in the amount of negative $27,164,000 $592 and establishing an effective date.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move the ordinance be adopted as read.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, seconded by Councilmember Prince, that this ordinance be adopted as read. It requires a roll call.
Council President Corman.
Aye.
Councilmember Perez.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Aye.
Councilmember Benedetti.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Aye.
Councilmember McIrvin.
Aye.
And Councilmember Prince.
Aye.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor. All ayes.
Okay, motion carries. We are on to new business. Council President Corman.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. First announcement is that there will be no council meetings on July 26th, 2021. That is a council holiday, so we won't be having any meetings. And then on August 2nd, Monday, we will have, first of all, we're canceling Committee of the Whole that evening. But we will have a regular council meeting at 7:00 p.m. via video conference. And that is all, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Perez.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Councilmember Van.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you. Let me go ahead and pull it up here. Sorry, my printer didn't work today, so I have to do multitask. But for August 2nd, 2021, on Monday, we will have Community Services Committee meeting via video conference at 6:15. And we have two items. One, briefing on bond project status, and two, briefing on Park Avenue, Park Shop, temporary relocation. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Benedetti.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. At 5:30 on Monday, August 2nd, 2021, we will be having a Utilities Committee meeting at 5:30 p.m. Via video conference. We have on the agenda the agreement for professional services with RH2 Engineering, Inc. for the design of the West Hill Booster Pump Station Improvements Project, and also emerging issues and utilities. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember O'Halloran.
I have no new business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember McIrvin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would just like to announce the Transportation Committee will not be meeting on August 2nd because the meeting has been canceled.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Prince.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's see here. What's the wish of the council?
Move we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Prince, seconded by Councilmember Corman that we adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries. Everyone have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you all.
Good night.